Right.
Sure.
Hello, everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. I'm outside Stamford Bridge after beating Leicester 1-0 in the Premier League. I'm here with Charlie. What did you make of the game today, mate?
It weren't the best, let's be honest. It was probably one of our worst performances of the season, but it's about winning at the end of the day. You know, it's about winning. 3 points is what we come from, 3 points is what we got. Would I have liked us to have played better? Yeah, of course. Would it have been nice to have a better watch? Yeah, of course. Would it have been nice not to be hanging on at the end? Yeah, of course. But you're not always going to have it how you want it. And if I have a choice of watching good football or winning, I'm taking winning every single time. That's what we've come for, mate. We've come to watch our team win. Obviously, yes, you'd like both, but ultimately, it's about winning at the end of the day. So there are things that I'm not happy with. There are things about the performance that weren't very good. A lot of things that weren't very good. But at the end of the day, mate, we've won. And when you win, you can't really be too pissed off about it.
What do you put the win down to? Individual quality, team performance, lack of quality from Leicester?
Probably a combination of all of them, mate. A bit of individual quality from Correa, nice finish from him. Leicester, poor, didn't really offer anything at all. That's probably what it's down to. We defended all right, we kept a clean sheet, which is a bit of a rare occurrence, but they had very few chances. The mix-up with Tosin and Sanchez was probably the closest they came. Sanchez made a save from Vardy right at the start of the second half, kept it out of the near post, pretty straightforward save. I just put it down to us having more quality at the end of the day. But look, we missed a penalty. If that penalty goes in early on in that first half, it's probably a totally different game. We maybe go and win it 3 or 4-0. But
it's the first one he's missed.
Yeah, first one he's missed. Yeah, I said to the guy behind me, I wouldn't be surprised if he misses it because of the run of form that he's on. And
12 and 13 now.
Yeah, look, you're going to miss a penalty at some point. It's going to happen. You're not going to score every single one in your career. It's very unlikely. So look, he's missed it. He's out of form at the moment, but it is what it is at the end of the day. Other players stepped up today, and it's a team game. We shouldn't be. I don't understand why there's such a microscope on Palmer. The team's more than just him. We should be grateful. Well, I don't say grateful, but we should be pleased that he's not playing well and we're picking results up because we're sick of being, this Cole Palmer, that. We're picking up results without him playing well. That should be a good thing for us. Obviously, you want him back to his form as quickly as possible, but getting results without him playing well that can only be a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, I take more from this game than I did against Copenhagen as well, because even though arguably we should have conceded, we got a little bit lucky. We got the clean sheet, and I think that does so much more for the confidence defensively, knowing that you can at least hold on to that lead and not slip up and have to score a second goal.
Yeah, Leicester, I didn't really feel like they were ever going to score. They had a couple of times where they got into dangerous positions, but I wasn't sitting in there thinking, shit, I'm worried they're going to score it. Yes, we were hanging on a little bit at the end, time wasting in the corner against a team in a relegation zone. Maybe not ideal, but I didn't feel like they were offering very much to. I didn't really feel like we were in danger in that game at any point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. That was the main chance they had. The one where describe it. I'm sure you were still in the game, right? You didn't go in the concourse like Matt. I said the same thing to Matt. He was like, "What? We almost conceded." I was like, "Yeah, man." I think Vardy was through. They tossing.
There's a ball in or something, and I don't know if Sanchez come for it or something, and then Tosin tried to head it back for him, and it ended up hitting the bar.
Yes.
Basically, I mean, I was down the other end.
Colwell done well as well.
It was a big mix-up in communication. But yeah, that was the closest they came. So. Yeah, they offered very little. But look, this performance wasn't good, but I take not playing well and winning every day of the week rather than, we played better but we didn't get a result. We've played way better than that this season and not picked up 3 points. Yeah. So I can't be too disappointed. Look, if fans think, that was shit, this and that, I'm disappointed in that, can't believe how bad we were, we won. I can't be too critical when we've won a game of football. Yeah. If we continue playing like that for the remainder of the games this season, we probably won't win many more games of football. That's a separate conversation. But for today, we come here, we got the job done. It wasn't the best watch, but football's about winning it, isn't it?
Yeah. What did you make of the decision to drop Jorgensen and bring Sanchez back into the fold?
I thought it was a strange one. The only thing I can think of, right, is that remember earlier in the season when Maresca stuck in Jorgensen against Southampton and he stuck him in against Ipswich as well when he wasn't the number one. The only thing I can think of is he's given Sanchez some pity minutes against the relegation candidates, like he did with Jorgensen earlier in the season. That's the only thing I can think of.
I actually think that's a very valid point. I'll give you that.
Thank you, mate. That's the only reason I can think of. But time will tell who plays on Thursday night and who plays Sunday. If Sanchez plays on Sunday, then it's a dropping, and it goes to show that Ben Roberts and club politics have come into play. But yeah, I hope it's just that. But we shouldn't be switching goalkeepers on a regular basis. Pick your number one goalkeeper and stick with him. Why chopping and changing? He's saying before the game, we've got 2 good goalkeepers. Well, no, we don't. And secondly, pick your number one and stick with him. You don't want to be messing about with your goalkeeper.
Yeah, Fofana back in the fold as well as a right back today. I think you could argue maybe alongside Cucurella, he could have been man of the match today.
Yeah, he was very, very good. I'm surprised he brought him back in at right back. I would have expected him to play at centre back, but look, he played really well. He defended well. He was aggressive on the front foot, bringing the ball forwards. Yeah, a really good performance from him, and you can tell what he brings to the team and how much we have missed him. So, yeah, hopefully against Arsenal he plays at centre back, but there's options there now. He can do an okay job at right back, but look, he's centre back and that's where we need him. But that was definitely a positive. His first minutes in the tank and he looked really good.
Yeah, I mean we thought that maybe James would be back in the fold, but it's unlikely that because they did say they won't play him 2 games.
Well, he was ill
in 1
anyway.
week. Yeah,
he was ill. I say ill. I mean, I don't want to say that he's injured or anything, but sort of
he's got a cough.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened. He played 90 minutes. He played 90 minutes and it made him ill. Maybe that's what's happened, but. Nah, I don't think we needed to play him today. I mean, obviously, positive Caicedo didn't get booked. That was a plus.
See, I wouldn't have had a problem with Caicedo getting booked just to get it over and done with.
What, to miss Arsenal and Spurs?
Yeah, but you've got important games all throughout the season.
Sure, you do. Yeah,
So my perspective is I'd rather have him right at the end.
Yeah, no, of course. He's going to miss 2 games at some point between now and the end of the season. He's not getting a booking for the remainder of the season. So, yeah, look, it was good that he didn't get booked. We needed him for that Arsenal game. Cucurella obviously outstanding. I think he's got a real chance of being our player of the year. He's been absolutely brilliant. He's added goals to his game now as well. People talk about Maresca not improving players. He's improved Cucurella tenfold. Adding goals to the game is, that inverted role suits him perfectly. He's actually got a threat in the opposition box now. He was outstanding. So yeah, there's not really that much more to add other than that 3 points, and that was a positive. Negatives, it was passive. It was boring to watch. Palmer's form, you could maybe put that down as a negative, but we didn't create that many chances. But I mean, you're going to get games like that for a season, and yes, we shouldn't have struggled this much against the relegation side, but you can't pick and choose how you perform every single week. You're going to get variances in performances, and we're gonna play. Tell you what, we're gonna play much better than that in the remainder of the season and not get 3 points. So it's just about a bit of balance, isn't it? If we have to watch a shit performance and pick the 3 points up, I'd take that every week.
Do you think that Sancho will continue to start? Because we had this debate the other day about Tyreek George maybe getting more minutes. He did come on in the end.
Was I wrong? Sancho was okay. He doesn't take the man on enough.
Yeah.
He doesn't take the man on enough. Not really seeing enough from him. He's not doing what he was doing earlier in the season when he was in really good form. So yeah, from that sense, he has been disappointing recently. Would he stick with him? Probably. If George is going to start a game, you would have thought it was this one. He's not going to start away at Arsenal, is he? So I would have liked to have seen him start. I think he offers more than Sancho does currently. Neto was very, very good today. The work rate's outstanding. And yeah, he just doesn't give up, And he didn't get that many opportunities today, but he's making runs in behind. He's covering ground. He's putting the defensive work in. So yeah, I felt he had a decent game as well. But other than that, mate, there wasn't really too much to shout about.
I think Neto's turning into a fan favourite. He's starting to get the Neto chance as well, a bit like Gusto.
Yeah,
last season.
Well, when you work hard, mate, and you put the effort in, that's going to be reciprocated from the fans. So fair play to him. Obviously, didn't get his goal today, but he did play an important role.
Do you see us having another strong midfield against Copenhagen on Thursday? Because I personally didn't understand why we had to play Caicedo and Fernandes. Watching that game, it almost makes me feel like maybe that was the right thing to do because we only just scraped the win.
Yeah, maybe it was. I mean, Thursday night, I probably expect to see Dewsbury Hall play. And then maybe, Lavia's not in the squad, he's not registered, so he won't play. I don't want to see Enzo or Caicedo play Thursday night, but the problem is we might have to, due to a lack of options, unless he goes with Imugu, but Imugu didn't play at all in the first leg, so I think it's unlikely. So I think it'll be Dewsbury Hall plus an Enzo or a Caicedo, which is not ideal a few days before a big game at Arsenal, but we still haven't got the options in the middle of the park.
How do you see us getting on in those 2 games?
We'll go for it against Copenhagen. It might not be pretty. Maybe we win by the odd goal, but I'd be very, very surprised if they come and turn us over. And the Arsenal game, you just got no idea what you're going to get. We have been convincingly beaten in our last 2 trips to the Emirates.
You'd hope it's better than last season.
Yeah, if it's not better than last season, we're banging trouble. I'd like to think we can maybe get something, but it's going to be a big ask. We haven't beaten a big side away from home for a long time, and I'm not really seeing anything to suggest that that's going to change anytime soon, unfortunately.
Yeah. And just to wrap up, what's your thoughts on the team as a whole going into the rest of the season, and Maresca on top of that?
I mean, look, Maresca has done some good things. He's shown some good stuff throughout this season. He's also shown, perhaps a lack of experience, in terms of in-game management at times, in terms of maybe being a bit more adaptable, a bit more, to switch things up. But I like what I've seen from him in general. He absolutely be here for the rest of the season. I think he needs to be here next season as well. Back him in the transfer market and see what he can do with a fully complete squad. In terms of where we're at with the team right now, the team isn't really good enough. If we were in the Champions League this season, we would have been battered. The squad's just not good enough for that level right now. I hope that if we get Champions League football, that the required acquisitions are made in the summer to actually make this team ready for Champions League, because if it's not, it's going to be embarrassing for us in that Champions League. So where we're at right now, I think we can do it. I don't think we will, but we're definitely banging with a shout. We're fourth at the moment, but we've got some difficult games coming up, and this team needs to improve a lot between now and the end of the season to pick up the points that we need.
I think we're on, 49 points now? And we need at least sort of 66. I mean, that's what the history of the league tells us, around that sort of number to get fifth.
It'll be less than that this year, given how competitive it is. I think 60 points to get you Champions League football.
Really?
Yeah, mate. Given how inconsistent all the teams are between like third and 10th, I just think we're gonna get. It'll be a low points total to get it. But let's wait and see. You probably need 60 points, 62, 63. We could end up in a situation where we get less points than last year, but qualify for the Champions League.
I'll take what I can get, man. I'll take whatever
I'll
I can
take it
get.
any way possible. I don't care what the points tally is. I don't care if we come fifth. Let's just take it.
Thanks so much.